Hi, everybody. I am back from taking a little bit of a break from social media. I took about a month off to just pray and press into the presence of God and read the Word and fast and just pray about the direction He wants me to take my page in and the words that He wants me to share. And I am back, and I feel like I have restored hope and strength that I pray I can pour out onto this page, and that it will also encourage and uplift all of you. So I went yesterday to start writing again for the first time in a month, and as I was sitting down to write, I really realized that there is a big shift that has happened in my life, and that I know it's going to be reflected in the way I write. And I think most of you know that a lot of times I write about how God has met me in my brokenness, how I have walked the valley with Him, and I know what it feels like to have pain and a broken heart. And I also know the beauty that I have found in the valley. In the valley is where I have just fallen in love with Jesus and who He is. Sorry. In the valley is where I've really grown in intimacy with Him and discovered His great love, His compassion, His faithfulness. His faithfulness is the thing that always comes to mind. He's been everything to me. And as I sat down to start writing again, I realized that I no longer feel like I'm in that place of brokenness anymore. For a long time, I've carried pain and sadness, loneliness. I've struggled with depression on and off. And I realize now it's like, it feels like it came out of nowhere, that pain is gone. And I can't even put into words what that feels like, but that void that I had in my heart is no longer there. But I know it didn't happen overnight. It happened from years of seeking God and spending time at His feet, praying and just bringing Him all of my pain. It's come by spending time renewing my mind with the truth of His word and learning who I am in Him and learning about His everlasting and unfailing love. I can't even put into words how in awe I am of who He is and what He has done for me and for my life and for my heart. Now, I think a lot of times we want our pain to leave quickly. We don't like to be in the valley. We don't like to suffer. But God has showed me how beautiful and the beauty that comes out of being in the valley. So I pray that if you are in the valley right now, if you feel broken, I know what that feels like. And I just want to give you hope that there is healing to come. That if you continue to seek Him and draw into His presence, He is faithful to bind up our brokenness and heal our wounds. And I wish it could be done quicker. Sometimes I wish that it didn't have to take so long, but I realize now that He has so much work to do within us. But if we surrender, He will be faithful to do that. He will create in you a pure new heart. And it takes time sometimes. It takes time to be healed of these things that took a lifetime A lifetime of hurt can be in your heart, and he needs time to heal it, but he will. If you keep going to him, he will. And so I pray that as I start to write, that you will see the hope that follows brokenness, that the healing that comes after. I've held ashes in my hands and wondered if I would ever be whole. And now here I am, and it just feels like it came out of nowhere. But I know it didn't. It came from just constantly walking with him. And so I just pray you will be uplifted in this message. I didn't mean to start crying like this, but I'm in awe of him. He is everything. And he's who he says he is. He's the healer and he's the redeemer, and he takes the ashes of our lives and he makes something beautiful. So I pray you would just open your hands and surrender whatever it is you're going through, and know that he can take the ruins and he can make something so beautiful within your life and within your story. There's one book in particular called Soul Care that I read probably a year ago, and it really helped me in my journey of healing and of bringing all of my pain to the feet of Jesus. It's Soul Care by Dr. Rob Reimer. And I'm going to be having him on my page on March 28th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time to just talk about his book and some questions. I'm going to ask him a few questions. But I encourage you that if you're going through a hard time, that if there's part of your hearts that feel broken and you don't know how to get started or what to do, that you would pick up his book and start reading it. Read it before this interview so that you can ask questions. It's going to be live. You can ask him questions and you can join in this discussion. I know it will bless you. It has helped me tremendously. So I'm just thankful for each and every one of you for being here, and I give God all the glory for everything he's done in my life. And I'm just thankful for what's to come and what's to come for you and for your life, and all that he's doing in our hearts. He's worthy of all of our praise, and I will continue to lift up his name and praise him for how good and how kind and how faithful he has been to me. And I pray that you will join in with me and just seek him above all else. I'm sorry I cried so much during this video, but it's just the truth. There's nothing like Jesus, and there's nothing like what he can do. So if you could subscribe and like this new channel, and let's just continue to lift up his name and seek after him.